Alright everybody, welcome back to Skyway Classics YouTube channel. We are now going for a ride in our 1976 Pontiac Trans Am, or as I like to call it, the TA. Of course, you see a few of these Trans Ams come through our lot every so often, but of course none as beautiful as the one we have here, featuring a Carousel Red exterior. Of course, some people look at it a different way, may think it's an orange. Of course, it was the Pontiac's version of Hugger orange, as you see in a lot of older cars, especially Chevy Camaros. But looking at it a little bit more, you will see that it has the appropriate style shaker hood with the 400 and the bird on the front. Of course, 76 was the last year for the single style headlight, before 77 where it had the dual headlights, and everybody loves them just as much as they love these. Of course, you will see it does have the appropriate style Pontiac 5-spoke wheels with the white layer Cooper Cobra tires to really make it pop rather than just see it as an old man's car. Of course, looking around, you will see that it has its basic logos, birds on the front and on the sides towards the sail panels. Even in the back, you will see that it does have the small spoiler, which really does make the true design of the vehicle. But of course, moving on to the inside, you will see that it is an automatic on the floor. The beautiful wood grain cluster coming across here. As you can see, all of our gauges are actually working. You even have the built-in clock tachometer, which is very unique to see in a Pontiac. Of course, a lot of times they were in there, but of course, I like to think of them, especially as the Camaros, having that rare option. But even so, looking across, you will see your fuel gauge and voltage gauge. You got the very nice vinyl bucket seats, very fine materials, I do say so myself. A lot comfortable, and like a lot of cars, they barely had any material to make you feel comfort at all. But even so, you have the tilt column, appropriate 3-spoke wheel with the holes. Even in the back, you do have the very nice style interior. Even so, the headliner, I like specifically these headliners, not just because you don't have to deal with the bows, you don't have to deal with the rips, you don't have to deal with all the tears and all that annoying stuff you'd have to deal with your old classic car. But of course, even so, you have a JVC audio system with dual speakers in the back. As we open it up right now, you really won't even need that audio system. Hearing how beautiful it sounds, I'll give it a moment of silence. She handles like a champ, she roars, and she definitely goes. Of course, being so, we'll move underneath, featuring the beautiful Pontiac motor. As you can see, it's painted the appropriate color. I believe, to be exact, is the WT code on the engine block, but of course that will be described in the write-up, of course. But the most important feature about this car is the fact that you will see the sheet giving you all the information that the car came with, including the appropriate color, the interior of options, of course, everything that you could have gotten brand new, especially ordered for the vehicle. But of course, this is a very nice little TA that you'd like to drive around. Definitely show quality, if I do say so myself. But as for now, though, we are just going to get it turned around and up on the lift. So if you have a moment, folks, please stay tuned with us to see the underneath.